Hey mates, good afternoon. Here's my fourth video for today. I'm actually at a different metro park now. I'm at a place called the Prairie Oak Metro Park, which is actually close to the Big Darby Metro Park. But the point of this video is I wanted to point out some of the hydrology that has been done to this place in the past. So around 15 or so years ago, this lake here, or pond per se, whatever, more like a lake though, this lake was once used as a quarry site to extract Columbus limestone, which is another type of rock that you can find in this part of Ohio, which the Columbus limestone comes from the Devonian period, which was before the Silurian period. I'm pretty sure. I'll correct the age difference in the description if I have it wrong. But Columbus limestone is very valuable, especially when it comes to construction. For instance, the Ohio State House that's located in Columbus, not too far from here, most of the rock in which that structure is made from is Columbus limestone. And usually in that type of rock, you'll see a lot of different brachiopods in the rock. So it's quite neat, even with the polished rock on the Ohio State House, you can still see some of the fossils within it. But aside from that, this levee that I'm standing on, it actually used to be much higher. And the levee was here in the past because they wanted to prevent the Big Darby Creek, or the Big Darby River, from flowing into the lake, so it wouldn't interfere with the process. However, once quarrying was completed, once they had what they needed, essentially hydrologists came here and they saw an opportunity in which they could lower the levee. So at one point, the levee that I'm walking on right now used to be much higher. So actually right over here is your Big Darby Creek, and then here is just a lake. So here is the kicker. What's fascinating is if the Big Darby Creek floods even more than what it already is, some of that water will actually flow into the lake. And what's fascinating is this lake can act as a filter for the creek. So basically, with floodwater, it's typical that there will be more sediments and dirt. And as it goes into the lake, those sediments will be filtered out and they'll trickle down to the bottom of the lake. So by the time that the floodwaters recede, once the creek lowers back down, some of that water from the lake has an opportunity to go into the stream. Thus, it allows the river to be filtered in a sense. And that's actually a good thing, because that means there's like an incorporation of new water going into the stream, so to speak. And here is an interpretive sign that kind of tells you more about the process behind it. It's quite remarkable how they basically saw this as an opportunity. Yep. Just tells you a bit more about the information. So I'm sure that back in the day, this had to be assessed as to whether or not it was a possibility, and it is. But it's just quite remarkable how the Big Darby Creek has a capability of raising even higher than what it already is right now. But yeah, this has technically been the trail terrain all day. Just a bunch of slush. And then what can you do? It could be worse. At least it's not complete ice, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that is a very important process. That is maintaining a sustainable solution without any. So it's moments like these where the interference of man is actually a good thing, which usually that's not always the case. And situations like this could be applied anywhere. So alrighty. Thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something in the video. Yeah. Water is truly one of the most important substances on the planet. So I guess just the only thing that comes in mind though is, how about what is in the lake water, for instance? Is that somewhat polluted? You know, like, what could be in it? So it makes you think, like, you know, with that process being in mind, is it still beneficial? Sometimes you gotta question things, you know? Can't really say though, because I've never really tested the quality of the water out here. So, alright. Hope all of you enjoy your Saturday, and Darny on a Journey is out. Take care, folks.